Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. When we left off in the last video on the Cobra, I was getting ready to take it for a test drive after making some adjustments. So it's the next day, I did drive it, and here's what I have to report. As you can see, definitely has settled down. Front's a lot lower, the rear is higher than it was, which that's what I was shooting for. Need to measure it off the frame, so that'll be one of the first things I'm doing in this video. See where the numbers are at and then go from there. Based on the test drive, can tell you a few things. One, the timing was way off because on that test drive, this is a whole different car. Getting on the gas, like second gear, 30 miles an hour, you punch it and you are holding on for dear life as the rear end is all over the place as the tires are just spinning. Previously, starting from a dead stop in first, it was real boggy and cutting in and out. Had a hard time, just trying to slip the clutch and get going. Now it's smooth as can be, runs great. So yeah, that's a win right there with the timing. I can tell you also the alignment is way off now. The front end's been lowered. I mean, just looking at the front, you can see it's really towed out. So it's actually driving down the road. You hit a bump and it bump steers really bad. It's pulling. There's actually a little bit of vibration too. I think from the tires just kind of like skipping. So got to see where the ride height is, and then I'll have to adjust the alignment. If it's too low now, which it may be looking at those gaps, I'll jack it up a little bit and then take it out for another drive, see where it's at, and then I can finalize the alignment and go from there. So that's where we're at right now. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do is get some measurements on the frame heights to see where they're at in comparison to what Factory 5 wants them to be, and go from there. All right, so I have crawled under the car to take some measurements now that it's had a chance to settle and whatnot. And front's too low now. Here are the measurements I came up with. Left front, 3 3/4, right front, 3 7/8, left rear, 4 7/8, right rear, 5 inches dead. I'm pretty good with the rear. It's supposed to be 4 3/4. That's pretty close. And then I have a feeling if I jack up the front a little bit, it'll shift some weight to the rear and the rear will go down some. So plan is put it up in the air and add a little bit into those springs now and see if I can get that nose up, because it's supposed to be 4.5. So I am pretty low in comparison to where it's supposed to be. I went pretty much the exact opposite. So I basically have to go up. I think I dropped it an inch on the spring perch off the top of my head, or 1.5 inches. I'll have to look at my notes. But I basically have to half what I dropped it, I think. And that hopefully will put me at the 4.5 that I need. So I'm going to get the nose up in the air and go ahead and add some spring to these things and see where it ends up. So I took a look at my notes, and basically it looks like I moved the spring perch down 3/4 of an inch, and the thing went down like 1 5/8 of an inch. So I'm now 3/4 low. So I'm going to have that and go up half of the 3/4 that I dropped it before on this both spring perches, and hopefully that'll get me to the 4.5 that I need on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing jacked up and reach under there and make some adjustments on the spring perches. All right, adjustments have been made. I basically cranked 3/8 of an inch into on each side. So I went from having the 1 inch of thread below the perch to now 1 3/8 inch of thread under the perch. So next thing is get this out on the road, drive it around, and let it settle and see where things end up. All right, back from the test drive, just measured everything. Currently at 4 3/8 front and 5 inches rear. So very, very close. I will probably just put a tiny little bit more into the front spring perches just to get it up that little bit higher that it needs. Definitely riding a lot better. Still a little wandery, so it's still probably towed out a little bit just from dropping it so much. But yeah, much better. Also, with the few drives I've taken it on, I can report that as of right now, there is no leaking in the back anymore. It looks like I got that leak on the differential cover all taken care of. All right, it's the next day. I just went ahead and put the front end up in the air so slightly, and I basically added a 1/16 to the perch. So now it is sitting at 1 7/16 of thread showing below the perch. So that should get me that 1/8 of an inch or so that I was ever so slightly too low. I'm going to call it a day and say wherever it is right now is going to be good enough. The gap probably looks a little bit high right now just because I haven't gone out and driven it to settle it down. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. So good with the ride height for now. I do still need to align it. I'll probably take it for a drive here in a day or so, see how it's driving, and then go from there. But yeah, I'm currently working on actually another project with the Gladiator, so kind of just wanted to take care of this while I was waiting for some stuff to happen there. Another thing I wanted to go into is somebody requested a video of this running. They said they have not heard it run yet, which I think I had, at the very beginning when I first got it, there was something of the vehicle running. So sorry about that. Accidentally stopped the camera, hit the wrong button. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and start this up. This is a cold start, hasn't run since yesterday. But this way you can hear the thing fire up and what it sounds like. So give me 1 second. All right. About where it idles at. Nice little lump to it. Pretty sure it's an E-cam, not 100%. Based on the documentation I have, it says it's an E-cam. There you go. It's pretty loud. Definitely don't miss me coming down the road, that's for sure. So yeah, there it is. All right, and with that, I think I'm going to be wrapping up this video on the Cobra. Next video I have is going to be on the Gladiator, working on a little rust repair. Yeah, I know, 2-year-old vehicle and I'm having to fix some rust stuff. It's kind of ridiculous, but way to go, Mopar. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to wrap up the Cobra here. One thing I want to show you, this was actually just delivered. This is going to be part of my next project coming along. Is I got this kit from JRMotorsports, which adjusts the clutch pedal position. Anybody who's familiar with the stock clutch cable style Mustang pedal box knows that the clutch pedal sits way up versus the brake pedal versus the accelerator. This will put the clutch pedal in line with the brake pedal, which is what I'm looking for, because as it sits right now when I'm driving down the road, I can't get my foot really around the clutch pedal, between the clutch pedal and the one side brace, so my knee is pretty much in my face for the most part. I can't stretch my leg out and use like that resting area. So this should give me a lot more access to put my foot next to the clutch pedal when I'm cruising. And then along with it, the other bag, this is just the firewall adjuster from JRMotorsports as well, because it's something you need to be able to have an adjustable pedal when you're using this kit. So to adjust the clutch height. So got these things, they just came in today. So this will be an upcoming video on the Cobra, getting the installation done for those parts. So, but anyway, that is where I'm gonna wrap this up today. If you are liking what you're seeing, please like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, never-ending project. So I do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much and have a great day.